Welcome everyone to Mentor Up Book Verse. Hi YouTube family, Imadi here. Today, in continuation of our month of February special, I will be reviewing an amazing book that talks about communication strategies that we can use to build healthy relationships. This book is called Loving Through Your Differences by James Creighton-PhD. Dr. Creighton is a psychologist and relationship consultant, and he has helped couples better their communication by giving them tools to build a healthy and happy relationship. He has also helped them in their conflict resolution processes. For my summary, I made illustrations using some lessons learned from the book. But before we get to the summary, please do subscribe to my channel by clicking on the button in the right-hand corner. Well, without further ado, please do check out the summary video, and I'll see you afterwards. Conflicts in romantic relationships are inevitable, and how we go about resolving them is important to sustaining healthy relationships. To resolve conflict, we could either take one of these 5 paths. 1. Engage in a never-ending battle about who's right. 2. One person gives up their reality and does their best to adopt their partners. This, of course, is at the expense of real closeness. 3. One or both individuals decide to end the relationship because it feels like too much work. 4. One or both individuals withdraw emotionally, minimizing all forms of communication between them while harboring hurt or anger. 5. The couple makes a unified decision to learning the secrets of living happily and productively together. In the book, Loving Through Your Differences, Building Strong Relationships from Separate Realities, author James Creighton-PhD shares knowledge and practical tips to resolving and reducing conflicts in our relationships by following the 5th path, which encourages finding excitement and fulfillment rather than disappointment and frustrations in our differences. Our differences are made pronounced by our individualities. People often react differently to the same event. For example, you might see a movie with your significant other and experience it in a totally different way from them. While you found this movie exciting, your partner might find it a bore to watch. This perception of different realities is one of the root causes of conflicts in our relationships, especially in our romantic relationships, as people are often disappointed in their partner for having realities different from them. The truth is, we are all unique in how we perceive the world, and this transcends into our fundamental ideas on how we interact in it, including our goal setting, managing our finances, intimacy, raising kids, and socializing with friends and family. These ideas are what we cultivated over time, and our approach to implementing these ideas are seen in our attitudes, beliefs, thoughts, expectations, and previous experiences. Despite these differences in our approach to life, how do we share our life with someone we love? The author suggested 2 options. 1. The long, arduous trial and error, or 2. More quickly and easily through resources like books, workshops, and the help of a counselor when necessary. As humans, we are sense-making creatures, and this unfortunately has its downside, as it sometimes leads us to coming up with explanations, even based on incomplete information or false interpretation of circumstances we encounter. These sort of interpretations are often passed on by the society we live in, including by our families and culture. This process of being influenced by our environment is called interpretive communities. Our interpretive communities plays a big role in how we approach our romantic relationships. For example, one partner might come from a family where everyone avoids confrontation, and the other from a family where everyone, including parents and children, deal with conflicts openly and directly. Both parties would have difficulty navigating a conflict situation when in a relationship because of their different foundational beliefs on how to handle conflict. The beauty about being an adult is that we have the power to choose our exposures, including our interpretive communities, and change our realities on how we would handle a particular situation. And it is our responsibility to deliberately do this. Here are some lessons learned on how we can approach our differences. Lesson 1. See our differences as teachers. Instead of creating disagreement based on our differences by trying to prove our views are right and others are wrong, how about using these strategies to learn from our differences? 1. Acknowledging that each person in the relationship is right in their own way of seeing and experiencing things. 2. Communicating our reality without expecting others to share the same reality. 3. Listen even when your heart and head disagree. This helps us show empathy, which in turn makes us appreciate our partner's realities. 4. Learn to identify behaviors that cause fights to escalate and set mutually acceptable rules to limit these behaviors. You see, fights don't blow out of control by themselves, but by the behaviors we engage in during the disagreements. By taking responsibilities for our behaviors during a disagreement, we de-escalate fights blowout. 5. Examine your negative self-talk, especially around conflicts with your partner. 6. Accept differences in a relationship can make you stronger, especially when you both acknowledge the differences and choose to work together to create a truth that works for both of you. Lesson 2. Choose responsibility and not reaction to a situation. Reactions are usually thoughtless and occur in the spur of the moment. Responsibility, on the other hand, is making our interpretations of a situation conscious. Learning of responsibility can be done by partners working alone or with the help of a counselor. One way of making our interpretations of a situation more conscious is by dispelling family myths that don't serve us in a relationship. For example, beliefs around spending. While one partner might enjoy splurging and the other might prefer being frugal, by making their interpretations about their beliefs around spending known, they can work out creative strategies to form shared beliefs around managing their finances. Lesson 3. Responsibly communicate with your partner by using feelings and not judgments. Statements expressing how you feel are usually authentic, and those expressing judgments are not necessarily true. Instead of using you statements when communicating your feelings to your partner, use I statements. For example, saying, I am upset, instead of saying, you're upsetting me. Finally, lesson 4. Use collaborative problem-solving strategies. As a couple, you're a team. When you notice there's a problem in a relationship, deal with issues arising by using we have a problem, not you have a problem. It doesn't help to place blame when fighting for the good of your relationships. The steps to collaborating involve 1. Agreeing on what all parties need for the issues to be resolved. When doing this, use I statements to actively listen to each other's concern. You can also write your concern down during this process. 2. Brainstorm together a list of possible solutions to your issues. 3. Agree on which solutions on the list will serve both parties. 4. Agree on how to implement these solutions. And 5. Evaluate the solutions to see if it will work for both of you. These lessons are to empower us with knowledge and skills to building a healthy and long-lasting relationship despite our existing differences. And welcome back. Loving Through Your Differences is a remarkable book. One thing that I loved about the book was that it outlines helpful steps to conflict resolution in our intimate relationship without placing blames on each other. The book was an easy read and had about 200 pages. I would highly recommend this book for every couple out there. If you enjoyed this content, please do like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell. I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much for tuning in today. For next week, we will continue our month of February special for relationships. And I'll be reviewing another book with substance. Until next time, be well, my friends, and remember to keep your mental up. Bye for now.